McConnell Air Force Base has been protecting our nation's freedom since the early 1940s, when it was housed in the Wichita Municipal Airport, now the Kansas Aviation Museum. The base's mission has changed over time, but its presence has never been more important to the nation and to the Wichita community. The air base serves as a home to three distinct military components, working hand in hand with each other to guarantee global vigilance, global reach, and global power. The commanders of these three important military entities are Colonel Albert Miller, Colonel Mark Larson, and Colonel David Weishar. Although they each oversee a unique mission, their partnership is critical to carrying out the vital defense responsibilities of McConnell Air Force Base. The most visible element is the 22nd Air Refueling Wing, which now serves as the operating base for the new KC-46 Pegasus. It is the largest tanker wing in the entire world and supports warfighters throughout the globe. In 2013, McConnell was selected as the first active-duty base in the country to receive the new tankers, which will eventually replace its fleet of 1950s-era KC-135 refueling tankers. The new tankers put McConnell in position to be an important factor in the Air Force's plans for decades to come.
We can show up anywhere with either an open hand or a clenched fist. And what I mean by that is if there's an earthquake or a tsunami, natural disaster of that nature, in order to get that humanitarian aid there, there's going to be a tanker out in front of that effort. Or if there's somebody that we need to put the smackdown on, there's a tanker in front of that effort as well.
The newly designated 931st Air Refueling Wing of the Air Force Reserve plays an essential support function, working with the 22nd Air Refueling Wing to forge the quintessential model for Air Force active duty and reserve integration.
The 931st Air Refueling Group stood up at McConnell over 2 decades ago in 1995 for the primary purpose of augmenting the active duty in what we call a classic associate. And that means that the active duty owns the facilities, they own the airplanes, and we augment them to fly them and maintain them and to support our personnel. In fact, the 931st Air Refueling Group was the first active duty associate, classic associate unit in the United States Air Force.
The 184th Intelligence Wing, part of the Kansas Air National Guard, has a proud history and a wealth of tradition. In April 2008, the 184th Air Refueling Wing was designated the 184th Intelligence Wing, making it the first intelligence wing in the Air National Guard.
One of our primary missions is intelligence. We gather data from around the world, and our guys are right here in Wichita, Kansas, providing data to the warfighter across the world. They take the data from multiple platforms, produce actionable intelligence, and provide that to the warfighter and decision maker on the ground. Our other primary mission is our cyber mission. We are running the entire Air National Guard network from right here in Kansas. We've got about 120,000 customers out there, reaching across 250 geographical locations, and we operate and maintain that cyber network for them on a daily basis.
The Team McConnell military force serves a global mission each and every day, but it also has a distinct presence in the Wichita community. The bond between McConnell Air Force Base and the Wichita community has never been stronger.
This community supports us no matter what we need. We benefit greatly by a community that when we're out in public, they just tell us thank you. That means so much to our airmen. I have an airman that tells the story of being at a local diner here in town, and no less than 6 times in that one meal did people come up to him and his family and say thanks for your service. That's just the kind of people that we are surrounded with here in this community, that love our nation, love our people that serve our nation, and really that's a perfect environment to have a base like this.
Guardsmen don't just live in the Wichita community. They are part of the community and participate in a variety of civic activities. Some of the most notable efforts include annual support for the Salvation Army Angel Tree, the Race for the Cure, Zubilee, and volunteer participation in youth activities such as Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and youth sports.
We are the community. We are very active. You go out and talk to any one of our members, they're involved with something in the community that I know nothing about. They don't come out, they don't tell me, they're not bragging about that, that's just what they do.
Community support was critical in the successful battle to designate McConnell Air Force Base as the home of the new KC-46 tanker. As McConnell Air Force Base expands to host the new KC-46 tanker, the community will have another opportunity to aid its military partner.
One of the challenges for the 931st Air Refueling Group, as we were designated the wing, 931st Air Refueling Wing, effective March 5th of this year, we are going to grow by nearly 400 personnel. And in a community that has a populace of about 400,000, that's a huge challenge to try and recruit that many individuals from the local area.
Pride and patriotism are common themes that unite the Wichita community with the McConnell Air Force Base. And the source of that pride is the uniformed men and women who make daily sacrifices to protect our freedoms.
What am I most proud of here? Absolutely most proud of our airmen. Airmen are service-oriented citizens that raise their hand and say, I'm going to support and defend the Constitution, and they will bend over backwards to make the mission happen, to their own detriment sometimes. I have to pull the throttles back on them to make sure that we're taking care of their professional development, taking care of them and their families, because they are so mission-oriented, and that's what I'm most proud of is our airmen.
That pride in Team McConnell is shared by the entire Wichita community. It is a relationship built on mutual respect and a shared concern for our national defense. It is a relationship with an annual impact of $750 million on the local economy, plus another $267 million in construction for the new tanker wing. A big investment, but a modest price for the vigilance and protection of a world-class military installation.